All right, welcome to another Indecorous podcast. Purveyors of fact, farce, and fucked up history join in this futile quest for knowledge. Have a laugh, learn a fact, and try out all our super safe and decorous life hacks. As always, we have Carlos.
Yep.
Bobby.
Yo.
And today our special guest, once again, comedian Clint Nohr.
Hello.
Friend of the show, Clint Nohr. Is it okay if I've been calling you friend of the show, Clint?
Please. First three-peat? Am I the first three?
Yeah.
He's the first three-peat, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I think after the fourth time we have to stop saying special.
Yeah.
After the fourth time, we go like, we can't get rid of this guy.
Yeah. Hanger on.
All right, and of course, I'm Ian. I'll be your drunk driver through all this amazing nonsense. All right, gang. So our lead topic this week, we've got a good one. In other weird news you've never heard of, in Dongyang, China, they've apparently found the real fountain of youth. The proverbial cure-all remedy, a tonic that promises vim, vigor, and vitality for young and old alike. And now the rest of the world can get in on the fun of this magical cure-all drug.
No, this is an actual town called Dongyang. You might as well name it Penis.
Well, in Dongyang, they let 12-year-olds name the town.
Oh, is that how that happened? They
The
had
fun
a
thing they
contest
do
between
over there.
12-year-olds?
So everybody's been looking for that fountain of youth. Apparently they found it in a third world little village in China.
All right, so in Dongyang, every morning, enterprising locals sneak into elementary schools and somehow obtain buckets of boys' urine from the toilets. It is the key ingredient in virgin boy eggs, a local tradition of soaking and cooking eggs in the urine of young boys, preferably below the age of 10, and obviously preferably virgins. You don't want some slutty 10-year-old piss, you know?
How is it obvious though?
So,
Really promiscuous
like,
age.
somehow they obtained buckets of boys' urine. Like, I want to know the somehow.
What's the technique to it?
Yeah, I'm just guessing they just don't have toilets and it's just pee in this bucket and that's how they get it.
They got to siphon it.
There's no filtration. This is just straight up pee.
Raw,
Straight up pee.
unfiltered. How is this not a German delicacy? I mean, naturally, one would assume.
What they're not telling you is that they actually just put catheters inside the kids' dicks and just like milk them like cows while they're trying to learn math. They're just sucking the piss out of their fucking bladders.
That's what everybody does after they're done eating. Just sipping kid.
That's what we would do here. I mean, if it's good for the economy, then
Well, here's some more information. There's no good explanation for why it has to be boys' urine, just that it has to be for centuries. The scent of these eggs being cooked in pots of urine is unmistakable as people pass the many street vendors in Dongyang who sell it, claiming it has remarkable health properties. If you eat this, you will not get heat stroke. These eggs cooked in urine are fragrant. Well, I bet they are. That G. Yahua 51, who owns one of the more popular virgin boy egg stalls, they're good for your health. Our family has them for every meal. In Dongyang, every family likes eating them.
There's got to be boy piss recipes now, I assume, right?
yeah, Instant Pot recipes. No
Okay.
less.
Dude, Blue Apron needs to get on this.
China's Martha
Yeah, the
Stewart,
hot pot.
half her show is about what to do with boys' urine.
It would be kind of funny, though, if they just did a long-term study of the health effects of these eggs, and it proved that they were actually pretty decent for you, but it was just the eggs the whole time.
Yeah, the urine's just for taste.
Yeah. It's just a seasoning.
So this next point, for the jolly shopkeepers that partake in this fun, each day starts off by soaking then boiling the raw eggs in a pot of urine. After that, the shells of the hard-boiled eggs are cracked as they continue to simmer in the urine for hours. Many Dongyang residents say they believed in the tradition passed on by their ancestors that the eggs decrease body heat, promote better blood circulation, and generally just reinvigorate the body, said Lai Yejing, 59, a child piss egg enthusiast.
I'm glad we have the names here, so it's legit.
So I want the credit.
I wouldn't believe it if it wasn't coming from Li Zhang, because I've never heard of Dongyang. Do other people in China take Dongyang seriously, or is that just like the town all comics make fun of when they're when they're in Beijing? I was like, it's not like these Dongyang people
I'll
know
talk
what I'm
slower.
talking.
I'm in Dongyang. Do we have a picture of Li Yanxing? It's 59. I want to see if he's
Yes.
preserved. I mean, he looks amazing at 59.
Yellow teeth, but not from rot.
Footage of him from a child porn bust.
All right, so Clint, this next one's you.
The eggs are not bought only at street stalls. Local residents are known personally to collect boys' urine from nearby stalls to cook the delicacy in their homes. Popularity of the treat has led local government to list the virgin boy eggs as intangible cultural heritage. But not everyone is a fan. Some Dongyang residents say they hated eggs in general. Not the piss, by the way, but hated eggs.
These eggs are ruining our piss.
Yeah, they're just vegans. It's got nothing to do with the boy piss.
Hated the eggs, but
Instead, using the stolen child piss in other creative ways. Oh, here we are. oh yeah, Dongyang soup.
Just picture like a macaroni art situation.
Every school project is with boy piss.
So Chinese experts gave mixed reviews about the health benefits of the practice, with some warning about sanitary issues surrounding the use of urine to cook eggs.
Boiled urine. I mean, come on.
This almost sounds like it was the local chamber of commerce. I'm like, what? We need something to make Dongyang popular. It's boys piss.
You tell children at a young age, it's like we do here, where you say, "Oh, you got to eat your vegetables because you don't know now, but when you're grown up, you'll be healthier." You're like, we have to collect your piss when we grow up. It's big picture type stuff.
Yeah, you just see it.
Well, I mean, I guess they are helping the family financially if they're able to sell those.
Yeah.
You're just making your kid just drink water
I
until
think
their
this is basically what
kidneys almost shut down.
Is this why they hate women over there?
This is how they sustain the education system in Dongyang, is by just selling kids piss. That's how they pay the teachers.
That's all the poor schools get on this trend.
That's why they
Yeah,
tell
Dongyang had some of the best school buses out there.
Yeah, they're alternative fuel and all that shit. They're fucking, they probably tell the teachers, like, listen, we can pay you in cash or kid piss. Whatever. Depending
Like
on what the
club.
value is of kid piss right now, you might be getting paid more than you would
So
actually.
it's like a traded commodity on the stock exchange.
Yeah, like when comedy clubs, the old room or whatever they call it, wives' tale, when like the comedy clubs would pay people in cocaine.
Yeah, it's the
thing,
same
like,
same shit. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you got piss or you got cash.
You can skip the middleman.
Cash.
I wonder if any non-virgin piss gets somehow.
That's it.
Introduced.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can
basically,
tell.
yeah.
Oh,
They can
yeah.
tell.
yeah.
It's kind of sore.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Eventually-
Some guy just goes to one of these stalls. I'm on to you.
Yeah,
That's
it's like,
okay.
hey kid, I know I fucked you before, so you ain't no virgin.
Yeah.
I
Nice
know
try,
you
kiddo.
ain't no virgin.
This is Dongyang, all right? Take it serious.
Dongyang.
You do not give our town a bad name.
Which I'll be October 23rd. I'll be at the Dongyang Funny Bone. So catch me at Dongyang.
America, we got a drug problem. And a lot of people have some different ideas about how to solve the drug problem. Our friends in South Dakota have a new zany ad that they're pitching that's a little different. I'll let the gang have a listen to this.
I'm on meth.
I'm on meth. I'm on it too. So am I.
So am I.
I'm on meth.
Meth is not someone else's problem. It's everyone in South Dakota's problem. And we need everyone to get on it.
I'm on it.
I'm on it.
I'm on it too.
All right. Well, see, now
Good point.
that could be an ad for the tourist board of South Dakota, just because, like, hey, let's get all the meth heads to come visit.
Exactly what I thought.
Everybody's fucking on meth on South Dakota.
Yeah, what else are you doing with the place? I mean,
Anybody from any other state watching that is just like, yeah, I agree. I know you're all on meth. That is South Dakota. That's what I know of it.
kind of like North Dakota's always been making fun of South Dakota, and they're like, now you guys come out with this shit, making it too easy.
It's a confusing ad, though, right? Like, you can't tell if they're actually on crystal meth or on the case of solving crystal meth or
I
whatever.
believe that little 6-year-old.
Baltimore's already got their I'm on heroin in the works.
They have that one on lock. Dude, what is that? Is there a logic? Did they explain what the explanation for going with this slogan?
It was the only one they could come up with.
Because they're on meth.
Nothing else. Yeah.
The whole council.
Well, no, it was the first thing somebody said, and they all just got super jacked about it. You know?
Yeah, they had the meeting. It was like, what are we gonna call our program? And the guy's just like, I'm on meth.
Have much
So he's like, I'm on it too. We're on it.
All right. And then the transcriber just
The
all right,
meeting
that's
adjourned. Let's go get some meth.
Can you see a DARE meeting in like right now in South Dakota where that's their big slogan now? It's just 'cause everybody repeats it all the time. It's just like, remember kids, I'm on meth. Repeat, I'm on meth. Here's your candy. What if they had like a big racist twist on the end of the commercial? We're like, I'm on meth. See, shouldn't we take that land back from the Indians?
Plausible deniability right there, right?
Didn't that ad, like, I heard something too about that ad campaign cost a lot of money.
Yeah, they could have used that money to buy meth.
Ironically, meth is supposed to be cheap, right? I spend so much more time thinking about meth than I do South Dakota. Anyway, in my everyday life.
Maybe that's what it is. Like, so they know that people care more about meth than South Dakota. So that's the only way they can get people to even think about South
They're
Dakota.
attaching themselves.
It's
to
a
this
rebranding
meth.
exercise,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Uh-huh. I did shows in North Dakota in the winter. I don't know why, because it's fucking suicidal, I guess. But those people, like in rural North, I'm saying rural North Dakota, like
The whole state is rural.
as opposed to the metropolises in North Dakota.
The booming metropolis of
But
5,000.
like these people would be just like, yeah, well, they're just farmers, and so in the winter it's so harsh that they can't farm, of course, and so they just drink, and that's it. Like that's it for like however long the winter is. They just do nothing but drink.
It's like hibernation, but with alcoholism.
Yeah, basically, which was great for the show, but otherwise, I don't understand how anybody stays there to live.
Maybe that's what the commercial's all about. It's like, we're not just alcohol, everybody.
Yeah, now
We're
we're
also
meth too.
hard drugs.
Hard
specifically
drugs.
meth.
Yeah.
They should put it on their license plate.
Oh,
First
dude.
in meth.
First in meth. Yeah.
First in meth.
There's just like a little pipe down at the bottom.
An exploding meth lab.
Yeah, some baby with its hair on fire.
I don't know if I've ever done meth. I either did the crack or meth. I'm not sure exactly which one it was. But it was like after a show, this guy, like I talk about smoking weed in my shows. And so after the show, this guy was like, hey man, so you like to get high? And I'm like, yeah, I like to get high. And he's like, okay, I got some shit. We just got to go to my car.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. And then we go to his car and he pulls out like a pipe made of like aluminum foil.
Uh-oh.
And then he puts like this powdery or kind of like crystally powdery
Oh, no.
stuff
On
a
the
thing,
foil?
on the aluminum foil pipe. And I'm like, whoa, this is not really what I was.
Is that,
I
is
thought
that
I was
freebasing?
I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
I think that's a little more complicated.
Oh, okay.
But I was, at that point, I didn't want to be impolite.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, I can't. So I smoked whatever the fuck it was, and it made me feel like when I've been on cocaine.
I have a
man.
similar story about my meth story is after a show in Arkansas. Fort Smith, guy came up to me after the show and was like, here, eat the residue in this baggie. And I was like, yeah, okay. Makes perfect sense.
That's a weird
Absolutely.
opener.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, I don't think I had known him very long when he was
Did
like,
you
here's
talk
this-
about being hungry during your show?
This kid's emaciated. Get him a little S bag.
Got a McDonald's wrapper out in the car.
All right, pivoting to our next topic. When millennial slacking reaches a tipping point. This week in diverse social commentary, a father recently hired virtual assassins to kill his son online because he was spending too much time playing video games. The father, identified as Mr. Fang, was concerned that his 23-year-old unemployed son was spending too much time playing online video games. Mr. Fang was bummed out that his son wasn't looking for a job, so he came up with a novel solution. He hired a bunch of virtual assassins to repeatedly kill his son. So his theory was his son would get discouraged and just give up playing games if every time he logged on he was killed. He would then have no choice but to get off his lazy ass and get a job.
Was it like an ongoing contract? Where like, because he had like he's logged back on. Hit up one of the assassins, go get him. And then Wednesday, like one more time, still not looking for a job. I think he's back playing again. Please go get him.
Yeah, how do you measure that? Like, what's in the contract? Is it a certain number of kills? You have to get like 50 kills on his son? Is there like a quota here?
Before you collect a check, yeah.
I want to see the ad this guy put out to try and find these assassins and all correspondence thereafter.
I want to see the pay rate too, because I mean, if you could actually make a side hustle be to kill some, shitty kids, I mean, that'd be pretty awesome.
I'm just wondering what the game, because I mean, most games, yeah, you get killed and you just come back, right? But this has to be such a relentless killing, like to discourage somebody from ever playing a game. It's like every 5 seconds into you revive, boom, you're dead again.
Yeah, I heard it was like as soon as his player ID logs on, they would be like, oh, he's online, and they would just immediately
Then
start killing him.
everybody
And he finally
would
just
gang
goes,
up
fuck
on-
it, I'm going back to
They
college.
just all fuck up on him. So, and the guy was like really smug apparently beforehand. That's what made it like super pleasurable for the father, because he would like always talk about how he's going to be a pro gamer and he's like the shit and all this. And the father was like, okay, hold my beer, I've got this.
How did he find out it was his dad, or did his dad just eventually tell him?
Well, I think the dad actually was, told him, and then somehow the Chinese press got wind of the story because one of the assassins told the press. So it became like an internet sensation over there in China.
I wonder if that's happened in other areas where like, a kid's obsessed with football and like, dad's just like, go crush this kid and put him in a wheelchair.
Oh, yeah, just tackle him.
So he'll go to college.
Yeah.
It's for his future when you think about it.
Look, you ever see that Stephen Hawking kid? Get him like that. The dude's smart as shit.
It works out.
He was a star athlete up until
Is there any way you can give my kid MS?
All right, moving along, gang. It's our next topic, unethical life hacks. We've scraped the bowels of the internet to find the most amazing gems for those brave enough to dare. So set your moral compasses south and join us for this edition of Unethical Life Hacks.
All right. I was hoping it'd be something like they hire somebody to kill your kid's video game. Callback, huh? Before going to the doctor office, barber, dentist, etc., schedule fake appointments using fake name and fake phone number half an hour before your real appointment, so you're in the waiting room less long and it is less crowded.
So the person that was the fake person's not there, so they just call the next in the queue.
Oh,
so you get a cut in line that way.
Be such a dickhead for doing this. And then so the comment underneath is, now this put a smile on my face. So people are actually doing this.
Is this why it takes me like a month to get in with my primary care physician?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why I just don't have health insurance. It's just
So you beat the system.
I never have to make an appointment. I just never have. I don't have health insurance.
That's an unethical life hack in and of itself,
yeah,
right there.
You never have to wait for the doctor if you can't afford to go to the doctor.
That'll show him.
I'm not creative enough. So like the 4 appointments before me would all be the same guy with the same ailment. You know what I mean? Like the, it's another person with a broken
It's
shoulder.
Clint Nohr. That's about as creative as you can get with it. Oh, this is a short one. If you shit on the floor, everyone will fear you.
Oh, no, I know this.
Something. I don't know if they'll fear you or be in disgust, but they'll definitely avoid you.
Like if you're the kid that gets picked on in high school,
And
that's
then you
probably
just-
a way to stop the bullies from...
Just shit on the floor. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be fear or disgust, but it'll get the job done. Nobody's gonna fuck with you after that.
The G.G. Allen, like,
Yeah.
G.G. Allen-esque.
Timing is critical though, because like if you do it in elementary school, you're gonna get made fun of the rest of your life. You do it as an adult, then you might.
Well,
You have to
actually,
peak first, right?
there's a window because if you do it when you're like 83, then they're like, that's what he does.
Yeah, that's what he
And
does.
You're just lucky he's not throwing it at you.
So we're all just waiting for that prime moment.
That's right, though. I think you have to prove that you can prove that you can hold your bowels for a certain number of years.
You got to get that bowel respect.
Absolutely,
Right
bowel
on the
respect.
bell.
23,
That's right.
you're like, you know what? Yeah,
You got to know the rules before you can break the rules.
that's
you know?
right. That's right. If a relative keeps asking you about having kids, lie that the wife is pregnant. A few months later, tell them there was a miscarriage so they'll feel uncomfortable bringing up the subject again. Yeah. When are you going to have another miscarriage for us? Come on. The baby.
I think all these people that don't have kids get harassed about having them. I think people that are completely unrelated, we should be able to harass people that have too many children.
Yes.
And,
Balance the scales of justice.
and like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah, when are you going to kill one of these kids? Clint, didn't you have a thing once where it was just, they have the abortion clinic protesters, but instead have protesters outside of maternity clinics?
Yeah. Something about going to the maternity ward and protesting there, and having
them
kids.
having babies.
Yeah.
I always
Wow.
loved that bit. Yeah.
Whoa. That one never made it
Did
to
you
an
ever write
album.
a bit about that, or is it just an idea?
It was. Oh, I think it was my sketch idea.
That was your sketch. That's what it was.
This
It
is
was
when
a sketch idea.
right. I was on the fast track to SNL. Right. So I was starting to write
abortion
sketches. Right.
Is
Yeah.
this when you used to perform in an Asian accent?
Yeah, that's right.
You were trying to get SNL,
The original Chinaman.
This next one is Carlos.
Want to have sex multiple times in a row? Simply eat your cum out of the condom. This is known as reloading and will allow you to go again.
The grossest part of that idea is that you have to wear a condom.
Yeah. Yeah, you
sucks.
lost me at condom.
I don't know one good thing condoms have ever done. Ever.
Okay, so demand that the mortician stuff your body cavity with dildos before you're buried. That way, when archaeologists dig you up 1,000 years later, they will think you're some kind of cocklord, and there will be a touring museum exhibit about you.
I just think you're a dead hoarder.
You just ran out of places to put your fucking dildos.
He's a crevice lord.
Bullshit, I can't take them with me.
This guy was a dildo mule.
He's trying to sneak in dildos to countries that wasn't allowed. That's a good. That would be
Die
a great
doing what he
excuse.
loves.
Maria full of grace and dildos.
That would be a great excuse if you are an actual drug mule. He's like, no, you got it all wrong. Actually, I just love having shit up my ass. Yes, drugs were the only thing at hand. And if you arrest me, then you're being discriminating of my sexual preferences.
No, I didn't pack all my own bags. Wink.
Use nicotine spray on your penis. So every time a girl sucks your cock, she will become addicted to sucking you off. Is that a thing? Nicotine spray? That is something you can just get?
I've heard of the patch, but I don't know.
No, yeah, I don't want to have to build a lab to concoct nicotine spray.
I couldn't use that nicotine spray because I think it would interfere with the deer pheromones I buy online.
And how are those working? Are you getting some whiskey tango chicks to come to your neck of the woods?
Not enough to
What is the
consider this trick with the nicotine spray.
what is the interaction between nicotine spray and rhino horn? Is that on the FDA website?
That will be the next thing hanging in the boner section of those gas stations, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nicotine spray.
Nicotine
You know
spray.
what I mean? You get it right?
That
Like a
would
little
be
vending machine in bathrooms.
That would be the slogan. You get it, right? Wink.
We're on that.
So next up is our morbid curiosity of the week. If you have a weak stomach, or you're getting ready to sit down and enjoy a biscuit, this is the part where you should hit pause and walk away because shit's about to get weird. Last month, the Food and Drug Administration sent out an emergency alert. 2 people had recently undergone fecal transplants and developed multi-drug resistant infections from the bacteria in the stool they were given. One of these 2 people died, and now terrified consumers are second-guessing the safety and wisdom of the fecal transplant life hack.
All right, so they're doing this because they can't shit, so you get other people's shit to shit?
Exactly.
Right, because that's good bacteria. That shit has good
Oh, is
bacteria.
that what
Yep.
it is?
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't shit, so I'm going to take your shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of scientific
I would do that.
research. What?
I would receive, because it's
receive other
shit.
people's shit?
Yeah, because it's not like it's shit. So it's my shit is still shit. So your
Right.
shit is no different than my shit. I
Well,
don't think
no,
I'd
but
have
their
that problem.
shit is less shitty than your shit because your shit, you can't do
That's
shit with
true.
your shit.
You have better
But we
shit.
don't get nutrients out of our shit, do we?
No,
the
I guess
nutrients
not.
already
The gut
are
bacteria.
out of it.
You could do this, or you can drink kombucha.
Yeah, I don't understand
yeah,
this at all, but do you guys want to invest in my clinic?
Yeah.
I think, based on that paragraph,
So people
We
are
can sign
clearly
some people
just
up.
choosing laziness over dignity, the way I see it, because everyone knows if you're constipated, just exercise, eat a couple vegetables, right? But people are like, oh, fuck that. I'll just take some other guy's poop and shove it up my ass. So that's a bit of a head
I would
scratcher.
just drink a lot. Like, I drink a lot, and it takes me a while before I have another solid shit, you know? And there's laxatives, too.
Oh, that's
It
another-
seems like such an extreme to get other people's shit injected into you. Or, I mean, I don't know how they fucking do it.
yeah, I don't know if I follow the benefit of it. Like,
I
what,
don't
what are
either.
people
So this
attempting to
new
accomplish?
bacteria, I can't believe I'm answering this. Like I dated
educate us,
a
Clint.
a
The
GI
connoisseur
doctor.
of other people's shit.
Of all
That's
the things
why-
to know more than I should about it, I didn't even go to
That's
college.
why we have you here, man. It's because you know shit.
I'm told that you're the bacteria that grows off this shit will then get into your gut and then start producing, and you will start producing
So
good bacteria.
colonizing-
in
okay,
your-
I see.
yeah, there we go. It's that's a word that I would never
And
come up with. on my
was
own.
shit the
Colonizing,
only way
no
to
pun
get it
intended.
there, or just to make it funnier?
There's probably
oh, man.
Where does it like? Do they put it up your ass?
that's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
I mean, I would
Or
sure
they-
fucking hope so. The alternative is like,
To you,
You got to
putting
eat it.
They have to,
Oh,
they
you actually
freeze
have to
it
eat it.
into
You-
shit
you gotta eat
dildos.
Yeah. It's not really as much surgery as it's just like snuff film stuff. Right? They record if you let them record you eating the shit, then you get a discount on the whole
Yeah.
operation.
slightly unrelated, but is scat porn still illegal? Or is that just like the Wild Wild West now? Anything
Do you have
goes?
like a pending case?
Scat porn is poop, right?
No, it's jazz.
Just a curiosity.
Can you imagine the first doctor that presented this to his colleagues? It's like, I know you haven't heard this term, guys. Fecal transplant. Stay with me.
Right.
Like,
He just accidentally found this out. Like he's like, I was shoving shit up my ass, and you know what? I feel great.
Hey, as long as we can build the insurance companies, bring it on. So we're going to pivot over to Fact or Farce, where we dazzle you and literally blow your brains all over the fucking wall. You will be the hero around the water cooler tomorrow as you regurgitate the amazing truth that you will soon learn. One of us might be lying and making up shit. We'll have to call each other's bluff as we play Fact or Farce. I'll take the lead on this one, gang. So you guys can call Fact or Farce on this.
Mm-hmm.
The person that invented the Frisbee, when he died, he was cremated and had his ashes turned into a Frisbee.
I'm going to say it's true because why not? The guy invented the Frisbee, which is just basically a plastic plate. Like, he was just the first one to throw a plastic plate. And like, hey, this might fly in the air. So why not? He seems like the kind of dude that if he's going to monetize a flying plate,
the bar is pretty low for him.
Yeah,
so no
he's
need
like,
to do
yeah, fuck
anything.
it. Why not?
Pedestal,
I don't think he has deep religious roots.
It'd be kind of cool if it had some deep meaning behind it, though. Like, people were always trying to avoid him in life. So make it easy to get him away from them in death.
Yeah. He kept trying to get dogs to bite him, and they never would. So now in death.
Now in death.
He'll finally be in the mouth of a dog.
All right, I'll call this one. It is, in fact, true, so you guys were correct.
Well, I was correct. They didn't even guess.
Oh.
Well, I didn't get a guess
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
on this.
No, I mean, but I proposed such a great,
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
gonna guess
you were
true.
too convincing. No one's
I
going to
was
argue
too
against that.
convincing. Yeah, exactly.
No one's going to argue against the dog winning the Frisbee.
You remember in the early 90s when they had 1-800-COLLECT?
Oh, yeah. Was that Carrot Top? Or was he the other one?
I forget if
Call
that
AT&T.
1-800-COLLECT was it Sprint?
It was
or
MCI.
I think it was MCI. That's right. Back when it was still MCI. Well, since it was so popular, AT&T launched a competing service, and they called it 1-800-OPERATOR. But the problem was that people are so dumb that they didn't know how to spell operator. So instead of spelling it like operator with an OR, they would spell it with an ER at the end. And apparently, the people that had 800-COLLECT were smart enough to get that number. So all that business that would have been going to AT&T
dude.
was going to MCI.
That is fucking epic.
Wow, that's like the Kramer thing when he did movie phone.
It's like when you buy Pornhib.com.
555 Filk.
Pornhib. Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like modern day when people take the URL, the misspelled URL, because they're going to get so many more people going to get them. Because
Dude, that is sinister genius.
it is. Because I think it's like you're never going to go broke banking off of dumb people.
So I'm calling this true. Fact, because I want it to be true. That's just too good.
How about you, Clint?
Do you think it's true, or are you calling this
I'm going to go true on this, yeah.
How about you, Mike?
True.
Well, let me Google it and I'll find out if it's true. Oh yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. I couldn't make that up.
That's actually a really.
I mean,
fucking
it's
good one,
true as far as I saw it on a meme. And when have memes ever been wrong?
You find a higher form of truth, and then we'll talk.
Like,
right?
I didn't call the CEO of MCI in the early 90s to find this out. So yeah, as far as the internet says, it's true.
Fact or farce? Fecal transplants. I'm calling bullshit. Look, if I don't understand it, all right, it's not a real thing. Okay.
Can't be a thing.
All right, then I'm going to say false.
Yeah. I mean, I read that on the internet, so but yeah, I'm going to say false.
All right.
What do you say, Clint?
Oh, what? Fecal transplants? Oh, true. Did you hear all that stuff I was saying about it? Yeah, I'm an expert in the subject. I know it's true. It's like Santa Claus.
For the listeners, Clint is now pulling out his certificate of
Just poop.
fecal transplant.
He's pulling out his shit.
That's right. Proving you. Yeah, there's a rare fish in South Carolina, quarries of South Carolina, that actually takes a deep breath when it jumps and then stays under for a very long time until it comes back up, take another deep breath, and then back down again. Quarries of South Carolina. I am native South Carolina, so I think I know this more than anything.
I'll go plausible because I think, South Carolinian.
Yeah, I'm going to go, hell yeah.
Is it like going to be one of those technicalities where it's actually
No,
an
it's
amphibian?
not true. It's definitely not true. I thought that when I was a kid. I asked my dad why fish jump, and he said they just take a big breath because he didn't want to answer my questions. They were annoying.
Yeah.
And then I thought that for a long, long time.
I remember when I was a little kid, I asked my dad, like, how fast is 738 miles an hour? And he was like, that's the speed of light. and in my head,
nailed
I'm
it on the
I was
first
like,
try.
holy shit, like, I just guessed the speed of light out of nowhere. Like, for years, I thought, like, I once asked my dad, and I was like, coincidentally, I just fucking hit the speed of
So it gave you an inflated ego. You thought you were smarter than the
I was
average
a fucking
kid.
genius.
You stopped studying, and that's why you failed out of school.
That's exactly.
So we got a kick-ass website, gang, for everyone that hasn't checked it out yet. please do so. We're going to chat a little bit about that. We have a retro ad section. I'll let Carlos lead us through this next one here.
All right, so this next one is, back in the day, people were more chill, so if you needed a kick-ass drinking buddy, look no further than your little kid. So the ad here is for Rainier beer, and it says beneficial to young and old, and it's this creepy old man cheering a glass of beer with a little girl that I imagine he has abducted at some
They're
point.
toasting. They're toasting.
To cultivate the Rainier beer
Successful
habit, it
abduction.
brings the glow of health and gives a new lease on life. No medicine can equal it as a tonic. And this comes from the Seattle Brewing and Malting Company.
And then we got another,
Rebranded as Jesus Juice.
and we've got another great beer-related ad.
And this is from Blatz, Milwaukee. I don't know what it was about Milwaukee beers, but they always have to add a Z in it.
I like it.
We knew who they were really advertising to.
How mother and baby, quote unquote, picked up a case of Blatz beer in your home means much to the young mother, and obviously baby participates in its benefits. The malt in the beer supplies nourishing qualities that are essential at this time, and the hops act as an appetizing, stimulating tonic. So the mom drinks it, and then the baby gets it to the titties, is what I'm saying?
Babies back then were chill, man. All these annoying crying children you see at the stores, they would have had the beer. They'd be chill as fuck.
Maybe this was sort of a slick ad that kind of knew what it was doing, where they're like, oh, fetal alcohol didn't get them. We got you on this end.
This
Wink.
is the way. What was it? Was it Schlitz? What was the other one?
Was the one who
Schaefer.
did
The Schaefer.
bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
what was
yeah,
the
yeah.
Schaefer? What was the Schaefer?
It's the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
Yeah.
God almighty, that's awesome. God, so many wives beaten. So many. Oh, no.
That's true, right?
Yeah, that's a real one. It's apparently there's a cute little jingle, which I've never looked up, but I should.
Yeah, God forbid you research your premises.
Oh, man.
My dad used to sing it around the house, when he wasn't getting a job.
Like
In
you know,
between swings.
as soon you knew the beating was coming.
Happy songs my childhood.
It does remind me of being a young.
That jingle taught me to duck.
And it's a Blatz, always the same good old Blatz.
All right, so our main topic this week, and I know you guys have been waiting for this one, we're doing castrations. So people have castrations performed for a number of reasons. They're often done as a form of punishment for political or religious reasons, often in third world countries. But they can also be done for fun as kind of a personal hashtag living my best life sort of thing. So today we're going to be exploring the many odd shapes and forms of castration.
Did I ever tell you guys that I was thinking about getting castrated once, but I didn't have the balls? Comedy.
Oh man. That's good. So I'll let Bobby take us on this first point here.
Among the many types of castration, one of the most humane and least invasive ways to go at it is through chemical castration. These are performed as a one-time injection of the drug cyproterone, a steroidal anti-androgen drug that was originally developed to fight cancer. It never cured cancer, but it did make men's libidos disappear. Third world countries ran by religious zealots are typically the ones that do these. The most famous use of this drug was on Alan Turing, the homosexual gentleman credited with inventing the world's first digital computer.
Is it not Turing?
Yeah, turn.
Oh,
Well, it says turning,
Okay.
but I think it's Turing.
Yeah, I think it's turn two. Yeah. So did you guys ever watch The Imitation Game? Benedict Cumberbatch's
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's his life story. Oddly enough, this fun fact was left out of the movie. But apparently, for being gay in England in the 1940s, this is what they did. And he got castrated, then killed himself like 2 years later.
Yeah, it was fucked up because this guy almost won World War II for them.
Yeah. Won the fucking war, invented the first digital computer, crushed it, just happened
wait,
to be
he dropped
gay.
the bomb?
Because he was gay, they just fucking put him in prison and shit.
Yeah, gay in the wrong millennium when people were
The good old days.
good old days.
They should have used this medicine to drop on the enemy. This cypress.
So as Bobby just said, this is still done today in third world countries. And anyone want to take a guess what this one's going to be? Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. There we go.
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan set to chemically castrate first of 2,000 convicted pedophiles.
So apparently it's still a thing.
Yeah, but is that so bad?
That's the thing is like I have heard this. I don't know if this is the way they were doing it, but there was a time, and I forget what state it was, where they were almost offering that the convicted pedophiles is like, you'll get released, but we will castrate you. And I don't know if it was chemical castration or like physical castration, but to an extent, I'm like, I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, because I think a lot of pedophiles too, it's not like they love the fact that they want to fuck kids. Like they almost hate themselves because that's what they're driven to do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So you're almost doing them a favor.
Some people honestly don't like their whole sexual proclivities, but other people are confused because in some countries it's like legal age of consent is 10, go for it. And then you're like, oh, fucking grass is green, play ball or whatever.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
And then, whatever the saying is, there's grass on the field. Anyway.
If there's grass on the field, bring a 10-year-old out there and fuck him. That's not my joke, by the way.
I had a redneck coworker that broke down that saying one time that to me.
Like
he's like, hey,
always
man,
looking for an out.
If there's grass on the field, play ball. And then he was like, oh, you don't get it, man. If she's got a bush, you can hit it.
Oh, it's pubic hair. Oh, yeah.
If you got a...
I like when dim-witted rednecks like explain something perfectly obvious in a crude way. It's the best.
That's why we love having Clint on, because you talk to the people.
That's right. I bridge
He
the
keeps
gap
us in touch with the common
between
man.
these
We're here in this high rise.
penthouse and these working men.
All right, let Clint take us on this next point down here.
But if you assumed that only shithole third world countries were doing chemical castrations, you would be mistaken.
Anyone want to take a guess here?
Us.
Get specific.
Alabama.
Oh, Alabama's on the board.
So is this forced or is this something they're offered, like Carlos was saying?
Oh, it's forced. They're like, oh, you diddled a kid. Fucking, we're going to whack your junk. It's one of these things where it's like a transaction. It happens, boom.
Isn't that where the child molesting governor came from anyway?
A lot of irony there.
Well, yeah, right? Alabama.
The headline is Alabama orders chemical castration of some child molesters.
Yeah,
I'm like,
only
which
some.
ones? The ones that can't afford a good lawyer?
They play poker for
Let me
it.
guess what color they are in Alabama.
Exactly. We can't see the whole law, but there's a few N-words thrown in the...
I mean, well, as long as he's a white pedophile, I ain't gonna,
Oh, man. So I'll let Carlos take us on this next one here.
There is also the less common form of surgical castration. These are commonly done in Asian countries to produce eunuchs, often seen as magical creatures. Eunuchs are considered genderless and sacred and will bring you good luck or bad luck depending on your interactions with them. One common practice among eunuchs is to expose themselves to people in the streets. This helps to establish, one, credibility, all right, i.e. proves they are a eunuch, and two, it gives them a way to monetize their disfigurement. Parents with nearby children will pay the eunuch money to put away their junk. What junk? All right. If you are lucky, not only will the eunuch put away their junk, but they might leave you a surprise.
Yeah, this is like India.
What does that mean?
Like Burma.
I don't know. They would just give you candy? They got their junk removed and then got replaced with a Pez dispenser.
yeah, suck it.
But like a lot of them don't have like a really good first world country kind of operation. They just get some mangled fucking disfigured half innie, half outie kind of situation down there. No one wants to see that. So what they'll do is they'll pay them to basically go away and stop fucking flashing. So then if you're lucky, they'll bless you. They'll give you like some trinkets or beads or whatever and make a little chant and do like a little prayer or something.
Could you imagine that would be the form of entertainment you wanted to go out and watch on Friday night? You're like,
Oh, yeah.
we could go watch the guy play acoustic guitar, but we're actually going to run out and watch this guy without nuts.
We're going to eunuch burlesque.
A eunuch, yeah.
Let's go find a eunuch. This is, if they're running it around rampant doing this, can you do it like the other way just to like prove that you're not a eunuch? Is that a defense for exhibitionists?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Look, I got a dick.
I got a hairy bush, yes.
Yeah.
I think fair is fair, right? I mean, if you're going to let the eunuchs go for it, might as well, right?
I mean, it's a good idea, but I don't think you're going to get those charges dropped,
It's
Carlos.
too well, I was gonna say is like it's too bad Harvey Weinstein didn't live in India, or he could have kind of. I'm just trying to prove that I'm not a fucking eunuch. That's why I was flashing my junk to him.
If you get caught like being in a parking garage, you're like, oh, you have to claim eunuch? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
You don't get a ticket?
that's right.
You don't understand my culture.
How does this work? Because I have wondered about this. People that get their junk and it's I guess it has to be dudes, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's no women eunuchs. How do they pee?
It's just a big sloppy mess. It just comes out fucking.
It's just it's like a sprinkler
I really
when
have
you're
no idea.
watering the front lawn.
I'm speculating horribly here. It could be, I mean, like, there's people that do the full post-op kind of mangina thing.
Yeah.
And I guess the mangina probably serves two purposes. You pee, you get fucked with it, you do all the fun sexual stuff.
Yeah, there's probably all sorts of fun attachments.
If you like, again, if you're in a first world country, they'll hook you up with proper junk. If you're in a third world country, buyer beware, it's probably broken.
So this is what they mean by white privilege.
I think this is the definition of white privilege, my friend.
You don't get to sprinkle yourself with your own pee when you get.
I did a gig in Manassas, Virginia, which is the town that Lorena Bobbitt cut off her husband's penis, and the waitresses, everybody loved to tell you that fact. You know, they just threw his dick right over there by the what's the preschool now.
There's like a little shrine over there.
Yeah, it's like a landmark there.
They're still holding on to that.
Yeah, they love it. They love that.
They built a Cracker Barrel next door.
Yes, right over there by the Holiday Inn Express is where you would have found his dick.
They have a framed picture of the severed dick with a wreath around it.
Oh,
Didn't he make porn or
The
something?
dick.
I heard he was in porn. How though? But yeah, I heard he was in porn.
Yeah, he got into porn.
Wow.
You know what? Now everybody calls me a conspiracy theorist. I think they were both in on it. She was like, honey, chop my dick. I haven't been able to break into porn, but if you chop my dick, people are going to start paying attention. We'll get it reattached.
And
then, he also like beat her ass for years.
Yeah.
To
From a point, right?
Exactly. Because she refused to cut his dick. That's what people don't tell you.
Work up the courage to ask her that.
That's why he was abusive. It's because she refused to cut his dick for his porn career. Remember that Pretty Paul Parsons joke?
Yeah, where do babies come from? I don't know, but the ones in the basement are from Ecuador.
That's right. Yeah.
Did I technically just do somebody else's joke? Is
Well, I
that
mean, we gave him credit.
Yeah, as long as you give him credit, man.
I think he's dead anyway.
Is he? He's the guy that won the competition the first time I ever did stand-up comedy. That's the guy that won a prize to perform at a cruise ship. The guy that told that joke.
Wow.
He's filthy. He is filthy. He was hilarious.
Won a headlining, and I don't know if he ever got it. Did he ever get that?
I don't know. I think no. He something about he and Grandma Lee did a thing on the cruise ships. I had heard that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Did they do a duet where they both thank the troops?
Well, because he was like, at that point, he had to have been in his 60s or 70s, and this was 15 years ago at least.
And he was hard. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen things on Facebook. He went into the hospital and stuff, so I think he's actually still alive. He told me the story about touring with a metal band, and he's like an old guy, and he was like, he would put a doll. He would take a baby doll, stuff peanut butter into the baby doll, and close his set by squeezing the baby doll fake poop into his mouth.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Performance art.
And I'm telling you, man, this is back, before it got all sensitive and stuff.
He was, he's originally from like Tampa area, right?
Yeah, somewhere in Florida.
When I was opening for Stanhope there once, he got booked to MC, and it was me, and that's when I was touring. It was me, Junior Stopka, and then they would just get a local to MC. And then so he was the local, and I was like, oh, great, because I'd seen him that first time that I did stand-up comedy, and I know he's fucking dark and dirty as shit, so I was like, well, the crowd will love him. But he never, he went up on stage, and I'm like, he never asked me what my name is, and that's supposed to be the next one up. So I don't know, maybe he got it from somebody, I don't know. He just went up, and then sure enough, he did his set, he did great, and then he had to bring me up, and the guy... And then he was just like, next, give up for John Caliendo. And I thought, well, I guess that's me now, John Caliendo. That's what I got introduced as. It was like the first thing that came to his mind or some shit.
The first racist name he could come up with.
So, so if you ever go to Tampa, John Caliendo's a legend.
Oh, man.
Or a wanted man.
I remember they had one of those competitions that... By the way, those competitions were clean too.
Yeah.
They had to cut his mic because he wouldn't get off stage in Alabama.
Oh, really?
It was in Birmingham, yeah. And then the old fat guy who ran the contest jumped on stage to go physically remove him, and then as the guy jumped on stage, Paul Parsons goes, "Speaking of fat people."
They would like that flamingo thing. Did you ever do it when they had that some kind of lamp, flamingo lamp?
Yes.
And that's how they would indicate that you had to get off the stage.
Yes, that might have been around. That might have been it. I don't know too. But
Well,
do
I mean,
remember that.
when he did it, the one I did, he killed it. He fucking destroyed it. It was beautiful because it was Paul Hooper was on it. There was a lot of Matt Davis was on it.
It's
There
one
was
in
a lot of
Charlotte, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that I eventually met were on that show, and he fucking beat everybody, man, doing the darkest, dirtiest shit. And yeah, but that's the funny part is that the prize was to be able to perform on a cruise ship in front of children and families.
He was never gonna win.
Comedy gold. Our next topic, dumb as hell state laws. The byproduct of stupid people, electing stupid people, making stupid laws. This week, we are doing the tiny destination state of Hawaii. You guys ever been to Hawaii?
I've never been.
No.
I don't like their piss eggs.
Well,
They
like
don't
the
have
road.
high quality piss eggs in Hawaii.
So I'll let Bobby lead us off here.
By law, twins must not work for the same company.
I always wonder about how much shit do twins get away with that
I mean,
they can't.
certainly banging the same girl, right?
Yeah, you would think.
I wish there was more of you to hate.
It's the embodiment of what I hate the most.
I always thought twins were just sort of evil anyway, you know? So I get it.
You punch one, the other one gets the sore shoulder.
On the other side, though.
On the other side.
Those are mirror twins. I just figured that one out.
All right, so this next one, men from the Orakama tribe are not permitted to eat their second wife.
All right, now. All right.
They can their first. It's one.
Yeah.
I guess it's just one of
Yeah,
these
don't
fool
get
me
greedy.
once laws.
Their first wife must have wrote that law on her way out.
So you got to make sure you get a chunky first wife, I guess, is what it is. So you won't be so hungry once you
Yeah,
meet
tired
your
to fill me
second
up,
wife.
guys. Coins are not allowed to be placed in one's ears. Presumably, a grandpa was having too much fun with little Billy. That's the old magic trick. Oh, it's behind your ears. So I think that's
Like,
How does that go wrong? You just pull the kid's ear off accidentally?
yeah, some angry child just grows up to become a legislator with a chip on his shoulder against fucking grandpa. Fucking just take my nose, will you? Last goddamn time.
I thought this was just like something people with those gauges and shit were doing. Like that was the next step. It's just like, we've got, you got fucking a 50-cent piece. Like that's the ultimate if you can get one of those Kennedy coins.
Yeah, I'm not usually too much of a buzzkill, but I would be in favor of a law against that shit.
It's all magic tricks? You get that?
Well, yes,
Yeah,
and
also
magicians
improv.
should get the death penalty.
so Bobby's up on this next one.
Oh, whoops. Billboards are outlawed.
Not bad.
Yeah, this is not a bad thing. I don't
not
think.
bad.
I am totally in favor of this.
So no 7,000 miles from south of the border?
Their local ambulance chasers with goofy, catchy names that can solve your dilemma.
On the Interstate 95, there's this ugly couple, older people that are both on a billboard. And they have this hotel, and it has the guy who's listed as something about, he's whatever his name, and then he's the manager, and then has the wife there, and her name, and it says the boss in quotation. I imagine that's
He
the kind of
calls the
brilliance
shots.
that gets people to...
So Jesus doesn't save in Hawaii? Is that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How are these people prevented from going to hell?
Yeah.
Hawaiians are definitely going to hell, right?
Yeah, I guess that's right. I guess it's
Well,
just
now we
fucking pointless to even try to save them.
They eat their first wives, apparently, so of course they're going to hell.
Yeah, God. If you're lucky, you get eaten.
All right, so there's another one. You may only have one alcoholic drink in front of you at a time. Well, this might be why I've never been there then.
If you have one beer and a huge line of meth, that's still not as illegal.
Yeah, that's all right.
think meth is a big
There is
deal.
no limit on how much meth you can have in front of you. Just
No, not in
as
Hawaii.
long as it's just one beer.
I would
can
love
only
to
do the one-
Dog the Bounty Hunter busting in on somebody doing a beer shot. Just calling him out by his collar.
You need Jesus, man.
Yeah,
There were
brother.
no billboards.
You want a cigarette, brother?
All right, so from dumb as shit laws to things that are in the pipeline to become dumb as shit laws. So in this next segment, we're going to shine the spotlight on the most pressing social issues of the day in a segment we call the Dumb as Fuck Change.org Petition.
There is no federal law against bestiality. Federal authorities do not have the power to shut down bestiality pornography sites because they can't. Dogs are plentiful in America, and since bestiality porn is so widespread, logic dictates that so the practice of animals basically outlaw bestiality at the federal level. Is that what they're trying to say? I keep saying bestiality, but it's actually bestiality, which is kind of what's the bestiality? Bestiality. It's actually a good way
The
of.
best
The superior form of sex.
Yeah, bestiality is the bestiality. So, in other words, they don't want the states to decide. Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
Bestiality really be a case by case type thing.
If the dog's really cute, then we'll look the other way, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, I feel like
How is this animal dressed? Were they asking for it? No, but I've always have thought that it shouldn't be a crime to fuck a female horse because they can't barely feel you, right?
Yeah, and they could kill you too. So.
And they can kill you, right?
They must be consenting.
So if it's a giant animal like that,
it's consenting by not killing you.
is
The lack of killing you is consent,
by
right?
not murdering you. Is that how you got off that last charge?
I feel like that should be a blanket law anyway. Lack of murdering you is consent.
But then on the other side of that, I do think it should be completely legal to let a male animal fuck you. Because they are, you're not forcing them.
Yeah, there's some real consent there, I think.
Like, they wouldn't be humping you if they didn't find you attractive. I don't think that should be illegal. I mean, that makes it sound like I want to do this. No, I think about people.
You believe in states' rights.
If bestiality is really like outlaw, I think anytime a dog humps your leg, they should be prosecuted also.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right? That's a good point. Yeah.
They're humping us all the time. And then, so if you just let them go what they really want to do, now it's a crime.
Yeah. You got to penetrate.
Yeah.
That sounds like some loophole. What are these states where it's still legal? They're like, well, let the dog come down here and file a report.
I didn't hear the dog complaining.
Yeah. So the dog can hump you all day long as you aren't enjoying it. And that's it. That's the law. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, gang, so closing us out here, Pornhub comments of the week. Each week, we heroically watch hundreds of hours of porn to find these gems. The noble task of seeing through countless hours of DPs, lesbian scissoring, and family incest-themed pegging just to bring you guys the best Pornhub comments of the week.
All right. From Walika. It's like when you fuck an epileptic girl and you use a flashlight.
This could almost be a life hack. It's like,
This is a life hack.
yeah, buy a strobe light and then find an epileptic girl.
And she'll be the most active top you've ever had in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
These get scary. These are terrifying, honestly.
I don't think we can get any more appealing than a epileptic girl riding our dicks, having seizures. Learned some pretty awesome stuff. So needless to say, we're probably not going to get sponsors. We're probably dropping sponsors.
Well, we can get fecal transplant. Do we know any fecal transplant officers that might want to sponsor our podcast?
I can find those.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got it?
Yeah, I'm plugged into the community. I think I'll check message books.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Clint's got us on that one.
Yep.
So Clint, you got anything you want to promote?
Oh, I'm at Clint Nohr on all the stuff.
Twitter, Instagram, all of it?
How do you spell Nohr?
CLINTNOHR. One word.
So for the jolly shopkeeps that partake in this fun.
Kitty's about to buy into electronics.
Oh, dear God.
I'm about to watch a cat that's about $3,000.
Yeah.
All right.
Burn
Please leave
about
this in the
We've
podcast.
all
No.
seen-
This has to stay in.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've all seen Christmas Vacation. We know where this is going.
$3,000 cat's about to cost $10,000.
You guys want to go get some boy piss eggs?
That's going to be my new food truck is the boy piss egg.
Yeah. Well, I heard hot diapers actually do it.
Do what?
I think hot diapers actually preserve your health too. Right? You're supposed to eat dirty diapers.
I thought Hot Diaper was like the name of like a bar show.
We about saw the cat's hair stand straight up like a.
That's the hottest new show in Chelsea. Is
Hot diaper. Come out and join it. Hot diaper in the back of this Plato's closet.
Isn't that like one of those? I mean, isn't there like Hot Soup and like all these like
There's a-
great like weird named
Yeah,
shows, right?
You have to have some cat, just like we were talking about with the podcast. You know,
Yeah.
Catchy
Catchy
names.
name. Yeah.
Mug of Joe comedy, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
Cum diaper. That's the one that's really hitting right now.
Clearly on
Don't
this.
spell my name correctly when you release this.
Clint Nohr.
Thank you, Clint, for being here.
Thank you, Carlos.